They are removing our stories and our history. They are removing our names from government buildings. It's as if someone wants to erase our footprints.
Meghan Markle's podcast has ended its 8-episode run, and there are no plans to release a second season at this point. What a surprise.
Oh, the drama is dripping like honey from a broken comb. Montecito's sunshine just got a whole lot darker, and no, it's not the clouds. It's the storm swirling around that luxurious estate that once stood as a symbol of escape, freedom, and fresh starts. You guessed it. Harry and Meghan's so-called fairy tale is unraveling faster than a cheap Hollywood script. And right in the middle of this chaos, Tyler Perry. Yes, the man who once swept in like a guardian angel with a private jet and a fortress in LA when the world turned its back on the Sussexes. He didn't just offer them a safe space, he gave them a literal palace of protection. He was their champion, their godsend, their daughter's godfather. But oh honey, the silence he's held, it's broken. And what he's reportedly holding in his vault, it's the stuff of royal meltdown.
What we need to understand is that if our children don't know our history, they won't know our power. But the truth of the matter, it's impossible to erase our footprints because we left them on water.
People close to Perry are whispering that he's done with the couple he once shielded from the spotlight and danger, now abandoning him in his own PR hellfire. Imagine that, a $260 million lawsuit packed with revolting allegations, and where are Harry and Meghan? Nowhere to be seen. But here's where it gets juicy. The gossip grapevine says Tyler's got receipts. We're talking recordings, actual audio files, transcripts, maybe even damning texts that could rip the curtain down on Harry and Meghan's perfectly polished Netflix narrative. No more victims, no more heroics, just raw strategy, charm, and manipulation served cold. He gave them everything: luxury, privacy, safety, and now he's left to burn solo while Meghan's out there sharing matcha recipes and launching logos. Meanwhile, Harry's ducking reporters like it's his new hobby. And PR insiders, they're calling the Sussexes' silence not classy, not graceful, but catastrophic. Even legal experts are saying this no-comment strategy might not be neutrality. It might be fear.
Now, Harry and Meghan have also been accused of hypocrisy after they restructured their staff, creating what has been labelled the Montecito Royal Court. What does that mean, Kinsey? What's happening?
And while Perry stews in betrayal, guess who's reportedly spiraling? Prince Harry himself. Word is, he's been sneaking in private calls to King Charles, not to heal the royal family wounds. Oh no, it's all about money. One source even called it a clandestine cash plea. Yup. Desperation might just be creeping in, Archwell's losing relevance, Hollywood's moving on, Spotify's already pulled the plug, and Netflix? They seem way more interested in Meghan's solo projects than anything Harry related. Some royal insiders believe Harry's recent charity visits to the UK are nothing more than cover stories for scouting financial lifelines. They say the Prince's California life, all private jets and security squads, is bleeding money. And without the deals rolling in, that dream is turning into a very expensive reality check.
And if I were if I were a troublemaker, I might accuse Harry and Meghan of unconscious bias in the employment department, looking at all the new faces that are coming onto work for Harry and Meghan independently and together for their entertainment ventures. And if history repeats itself as much as Harry whines that it does, both Harry and Meghan will continue to reject any and all sound advice and will potentially treat their staff.
And Meghan? Oh, the debate rages. Is she the mastermind or just playing the part? Depends on who you ask. Lately, her PR machine is running hot. New Instagram posts, dreamy couple shots, perfectly timed brand launches. But it's all starting to feel like a big show. She even posted an anniversary tribute to herself, not to Harry, not even to their relationship. Fans, furious, critics, screaming red flag. Behind the scenes, whispers say Meghan's business ambitions have taken over the fairy tale. That it's not them anymore, it's her. She's being molded into a new age Diana, one with better lighting and prime monetization. And the burning question no one wants to say aloud, is Harry even still in the picture, or just the setup to her solo act?
There was this story that Meghan had her people approach someone about a divorce book. But I mean, imagine if Meghan left Harry, it would destroy her reputation. She would be eviscerated publicly because she's already slipped into this kind of category on social media, the way that pop culture commentators talk about her. They lump her in with Amber Heard, they lump her in with, these other famous women who are perceived as being narcissistic or, being controlling of their husband.
But all of this, the glam, the brands, the curated confidence, could collapse like a house of cards if Perry goes nuclear. Just one recording, one blurred video, one leaked conversation, boom, it's over. And Tyler, he's got the matches. He's been approached by some of the top legal sharks in Hollywood, some begging him to settle and save face, others telling him to go full scorched earth. One producer said it plainly, he gave them safety. Now they act like he's toxic. That word again. Family. Perry once called Meghan and Harry real, pure, beautiful. He became godfather to their child. He stood with them when the world turned away. And now, they're silent, gone. And if Perry opens that vault, oh honey, it won't just hurt feelings, it'll destroy brands, sponsorships, books, podcasts. The whole Sussex empire could implode.
I don't think that we can ever have peace with my family unless the truth is out there.
Now some are saying Perry doesn't want to obliterate them. Maybe he just wants acknowledgement, a little public loyalty, a thank you. But Meghan and Harry, radio silence. And if they keep ghosting him, that's when things might blow up, because guess what? Those recordings, they're reportedly just the beginning. There are whispers of texts, private DMS, even security footage from their time in Perry's home. Not because he was spying, but because he was protecting them. But now, that protection might become Exhibit A. Insiders claim Meghan's PR squad is scrambling behind the scenes, wiping interviews, dodging brand Q&As, doing everything possible to pivot back to her wellness brand and curated calm. But the public, not fooled. People are watching. People are wondering, what is Meghan Markle not saying? And why is Harry suddenly creeping back toward the crown he so publicly ditched?
In some instances, it might have been a security team. He lent them his jet. And so he's lent them a lot of things. And you got to wonder sometimes if they start to ask for too much. And he's like, let's calm it down. But I don't think he was probably really wanting her on stage, because her being there, all the attention goes to her. And it was his night, and I'm sure he was not happy to have any of his attention stolen there.
And here's where it hits hard. If Perry really does hold this nuclear option and he drops it, it won't just sink Harry and Meghan, it'll obliterate everything they've worked to build. The underdog story, the against all odds romance, the philanthropic power couple image. Gone in seconds. That's why everyone, tabloids, former aides, legal experts, are glued to Perry's next move. Because while he wrestles with a lawsuit threatening his entire reputation, Meghan, she's moving quietly, not to defend Perry, not to help, but to strategize. Sources in Hollywood say she's already meeting with Perry's biggest competitors, pitching herself as the fresh, unblemished, reliable face of premium content. A clean start, a reinvention. One studio exec spilled that she came in, cool as ice, with a lineup of docuseries and lifestyle shows, positioning herself as the solution to Perry's downfall.
So I think that, as we've spoken about, this show has completely underperformed. It did not really appear on the Spotify charts. This was, of course, the podcast that she made with Lemonada Media. It's still unclear, actually, about what money has come from this podcast. So originally, when she signed up with Spotify, there was money up front. That deal went south. She signed up with Lemonada.
And the timing, not subtle. With Perry's credibility bleeding, Meghan is, allegedly, filling the vacuum. No cameras, not yet. But behind closed doors, she's working rooms at elite private clubs and tucked away production houses across Brentwood and Santa Monica. One former Netflix executive called it cold-blooded and brilliant. Another insider? Opportunism and empowerment wrapping. Either way, she's making moves. And the man who once gave her a safe haven? Not even mentioned. Let's not forget, this was the same man she trusted to be her daughter's godfather, the one who literally opened his fortress to her family. Now, crickets. Instead, Meghan's rolling out beauty lines, curated social posts, and press-worthy peeks into her personal life, like it's just another Tuesday. And that eerie silence around Tyler Perry, it doesn't feel noble. It feels like she's erasing him, rewriting history. And it begs the question, is Meghan's glow-up just survival or a slow-motion betrayal?
There has always been this competition between us, weirdly. Again, I think it really plays into, or is played by, the heir spare.
And why now? Well, behind the manicured lawns of their $14.65 million Montecito mansion, things aren't quite as glossy as the Instagram feed would have you believe. Word on the street is, the money's getting tight. Spotify already walked away. Their Archwell podcast division, basically frozen. And Netflix? Rumors say they're no longer interested in more self-therapy content from the Sussexes. A Netflix source even said, off record, we're not paying for fluff anymore. Even their charity work is under a magnifying glass, people wondering where the line ends between brand, business, and true benevolence. And on top of that, staff at Archwell are dropping like flies. NDAs are locking mouths shut, but one insider said the exits are stacking up. They can't keep people. So as the walls shake in the US, Harry, reportedly, starts looking east again, toward the palace, the very institution he walked away from with fireworks and a mic drop.
We didn't want to leave. We wanted to carry on serving the Queen.
There was no compromise with the family.
No, there was no compromise, which was really sad because I still to this day believe that this was entirely possible.
Multiple royal watchers confirm it. Harry's quietly reaching out to palace insiders, not for duty, for stability, financial, emotional, reputational. One royal aide said his tone has completely shifted. It's not about fairness anymore, it's about regret. He's been seen slipping back into London. No Meghan, no press, just a man testing the waters. Not for a crown, for a lifeline, a sense of belonging. And while that might sound poetic, it's also a little heartbreaking, because behind that quiet search for comfort is a deeper unraveling, the slow breakdown of a man who doesn't seem to fit anywhere anymore. Not in California, not quite in Windsor, just in limbo. Observers say he's detached, not just from royal life or Hollywood glam, but from the causes he once fought for so fiercely. The passion's gone. The fire, flickering.
I love every member of my family. Despite the differences, I don't look at her as an evil stepmother. I see someone who has done everything that she can to, improve her own reputation and her own image.
And if you're wondering whether Harry's okay, you're not alone. He's never hidden his struggles with mental health. In Spare, he opened up about anxiety that could choke him in crowded rooms and the silent panic that followed him even during triumphs. But now, that structure of royal life is gone. The spotlight has faded, and those old shadows, they're creeping back in. Sources who worked with him closely whisper that Harry has withdrawn. He rarely attends events unless Meghan's glued to his side. He avoids the press like it's poison, and with their projects stalling or collapsing altogether, the emotional weight, it's landing right on his shoulders. One insider described it hauntingly. It's like he broke free from a prison, only to wake up lost in a wilderness. And that emotional gap, it's growing. Meghan's out there, smiling for the cameras, building her brand like a boss. But Harry, he's quiet, heavy, off balance. And it's got people wondering, what happens when these two paths no longer meet? Because behind the glam, the yoga, the wellness shots, is a man who seems like he's slowly breaking.
When you have people like Oprah and Meghan Markle in a room like this, coming out just for you, not anyone else, but just for you, what does that moment feel like to receive that level of support?
Just to have people show up for you the way you showed up for them, it means the world. So I'm floored, I'm honored, I'm trying to hold it all together and take it all in.
And just when you think this couldn't get more explosive, boom. If Tyler Perry does release The Vault, if he unleashes those tapes, the messages, the footage, it won't just scratch the surface, it will unravel everything. Because this isn't just about gossip, it's about the very foundation Harry and Meghan built, the brand of truth, compassion, and resilience. And if even a sliver of what Perry is said to have exposes manipulation, self-serving moves, or contradictions, then it all comes crashing down. Publishers would bolt, sponsors would disappear, future political dreams or noble causes gone in the smoke, and we're already seeing that shift. Meghan's glossy Instagram montages, fans are calling them tone-deaf, detached, fake. Harry's withdrawn behavior, some say it's tragic, others suspicious. And Perry's rumored vault, it could be the tipping point. Some insiders claim the recordings include behind-the-scenes strategy calls, Meghan allegedly discussing ways to spin press narratives, monetize trauma, and keep public sympathy alive. One former studio assistant even claims she overheard a conversation like that and was legally gagged so fast, her head spun, she still can't talk about it. That silence? Telling.
But I don't think he is super enthused by some of aspects of his relationship with Harry and Meghan, because I think in some ways as well, Meghan can be very demanding. Obviously, he lent them his home.
And here's the most bone-chilling part. Whispers suggest Perry might have recorded private sessions where Harry and Meghan laid out their strategy. How to leverage sympathy, how to manipulate press, how to appear vulnerable while staying untouchable. Again, none of this has been confirmed, but if any of it turns out to be true, their carefully curated image will not just be dented, it'll be demolished. Forget embarrassment. This could have legal implications. Socially, a total wipeout. And all this, it's heating up right as a docuseries about Perry is reportedly entering post-production, meaning more exposure, more attention, more pressure. Even if Meghan stays clear of the legal fallout, her silence is already speaking volumes. She was once praised for finding her voice. Now, She's being slammed for going quiet when it benefits her. And Harry? If everything falls apart, he'll be the one left picking up the shattered pieces. Because while Meghan's building her brand, Harry may be watching their house of cards collapse from the inside.
Your Royal Highness, Meghan Markle, congratulations to you both.
Thank you.
Can we start with the proposal and the actual moment of your engagement? When did it happen? How did it happen?
It happened a few weeks ago, earlier this month, here at our cottage. Just a standard, typical night for us.
It's a cozy night. It was what we're doing, just roasting chicken and
Roasting
having
a chicken, trying to roast a chicken.
trying to roast a chicken.
So now, the question that everyone's whispering, in boardrooms, tabloids, and tea shops alike, if the truth drops, if Perry presses play, will Harry and Meghan's empire crumble for good? Or do they have one final move left to save themselves? What's behind the silence? What's buried in those tapes? Was it just strategy or something darker? Because in this world, royal or Hollywood, image is everything. And if the truth behind that image is ugly, the crowd doesn't just boo, they leave. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Whose side are you really on? Until next time, stay curious, stay sharp, and remember, not every crown is forged in gold. Some are built on silence. Goodbye for now. Goodbye for now.